Holy cow, you never know what's going to happen. Hi, welcome to another episode of the People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples. Introduce yourself.
I am Megan Jackson.
Megan Jackson.
I'm Jeff Naumann.
Jeff Naumann.
Cory Roman.
Nicole Roman. Tell them you just came in. You just walked into a bar, right? You was like, this black guy's in the back, just setting shit up, and he was like, let's hang out, and we're just making it happen, right? This is the the podcast we always do at 2:15 every day before the mic, all right? So comics will come in, the saddest ones, because it's a beautiful day. So the saddest people will come in at 3 o'clock and there'll be open mic. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Chicago, and I am a senior designer at a small studio in Westtown.
Yeah.
Also from Chicago, a tattoo artist at Lucky Cat Tattoo in West Loop.
Lucky Cat?
Yep.
Okay. And you just got one.
I did.
Fresh.
Lucky
Fresh
Cat,
tattoo?
baby.
Is that tattoo?
Yeah, it's a cool
S.
S with flames on it, but
Nice.
you can't really tell.
Nice. Man. And tell me about yourself. What's your origin story?
Live in Chicago, and I'm a tattoo artist, and I travel with these guys all around the country, like every
Just
other
go to
week or
different
so.
conventions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next weekend we'll be in Louisville. In 2 more weeks we'll be in Asheville.
Yeah, Baltimore, and
just get tatted up and talk to other.
Yeah.
get
Meet
tattoos
people.
and tat people.
And that's a world of its own, right?
Yeah.
Because comedy is a world of its own. It's just a bunch of guys going from different bars, and then we hide in the back, and then try to get on stage, and we just listen to each other. The open micers, all right?
Yeah.
Who don't have great big shows. So is there like an open mic for tattoo artists? Like where they just practice? Is that the conventions?
I mean, conventions are more for like, it's the best artists in the country all get together, and it's an opportunity for people to get tattooed by someone they normally wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Due to like
So
their
they're like
schedules
rock
or
star
just where they
tattoo
are.
artists that you go to see.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, all the guys on TV are always there.
Shit.
Yeah, from California. Like there were a bunch of, like Jeff was saying, like a bunch of people from TV that were there. Like artists. The one that was this weekend, there were international artists there. So some artists from like England, like UK, all that stuff. So that's pretty cool to see because Europe has a completely different style than the United States does.
What's the difference?
It just depends.
More artistic, I would say.
Yeah.
America is generally like.
So Europe is more creative than America?
On
live?
Not necessarily.
Man!
In America,
Did you say they were better artists?
No, not necessarily.
Europe is crushing it right now. I'm going to make this work.
Trends. America's trends are like American traditional, obviously, and then like black and gray realism.
Okay. What is that? I don't know anything about
It's like just realistic,
like super realistic pieces,
like pencil drawings,
and then
and in Europe
stuff.
they're more like abstract and like so not necessarily like better, just like
Different.
and weird and like
Clear.
more,
they're more.
like,
Yeah, I would say they were more weird, like avant-garde.
Is weird better? Is weird?
That's on you.
Like we like weird.
Weird can
like,
set you apart.
Yeah.
I like the art that looks like it's 3D, like it's coming off.
Yeah.
Is that?
That's
more like it's more realism and like black and gray realism.
Okay. So when you see somebody who has a tattoo on their face, right? Do you like regular people will see that and be like, all right, that guy's never going to get a job. But in the art world, is that like an OG tat?
No. It's like if you have tattoos on your face, but the rest of your body isn't covered, you're just an idiot. I mean, if you're running out of room,
so we all agree. There's like parts of the body that are off limits, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't go for right on the forehead first tattoo. Yeah. I mean, that's the sound.
It just says crazy, right? Sometimes it's like, well, I'm gonna cross the street now, so I don't know.
Well, the funniest part is it's always something like family right on their face or something.
Loyalty.
Like they needed that reminder.
The real word, like somebody bruised that person. It's a broken person.
Yeah.
Like when it's just one word, it's like, a constant battle, fucking know. like you had a bad day. I saw the guy. This is one of my early jokes, but it was a real story. He had fuck saxophones on his neck.
What?
Fuck saxophones.
Oh
and
my
I saw him
God.
like one time, and I was like, what happened? What's
Yeah,
the backstory?
what?
Like in thick, like impact. Like I know it's
Oh
fine.
my
It's like,
goodness.
just
Alto
across-
sax, tenor sax.
Yeah, I was like,
Across the
just
board.
all saxophones. S with an S. I was
Wow.
like, man.
That guy hates jazz.
And I was thinking the whole time he was getting the tat. He was like, you felt it the whole time. Like, fuck
Oh, yeah.
saxophones.
Maybe it was somebody whose nickname was saxophones.
Wow. Good job. I didn't
Plot
think of
twist.
that.
Nice.
I thought his lady might have fucked somebody who played the sax.
Oh,
I
God.
don't know. Fuck saxophones. Like, yeah, you go and fuck that guy.
Dude just really hates Kenny G, I guess.
It was so good. That was the best tattoo I've ever seen. I like I'm from Delaware, and I guess girls do this when they'll get I call them white trash sexy, right? You know what I mean? It's like
I think I know what you mean.
who's white trash sexy? Who's the girl from Hunger Games?
What the fuck is her name?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence with tattoos is white trash sexy, right? And
Yeah.
I saw a girl with that, and it was just like it's like free Tyreek on her neck, and it was like
Oh shit.
that's a girl on a mission, right?
Yeah.
Like you see that, she got one baby on her arm, and
I mean, if
in
she's really,
Walmart, it's like perfect.
Like,
she's really trying to free Tyreek, I think there's probably other options to go for it. Not getting it tattooed on your neck. Maybe that's,
That's
probably not
do you have
making him
tattoos
look
of
the best.
ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends?
no.
I almost
No.
got one.
Is that like taboo? That's like the no, right?
It's like the moment that happens, like either that's when you realize like maybe this wasn't gonna work out, or they realize like you're way too invested into me. Like, and
Oh
then
my god.
it's the beginning of the end. Is like when that happens. Usually,
You get that as soon as the tattoo's over, so is the relationship,
exactly.
right? So it's like I'm done.
It's usually when people are getting that kind of stuff, they've been fighting a lot. It's like, all right,
Oh, yeah.
no, this
Prove
is really
your
going to
love.
solidify
Yeah.
a
Oh my
relationship.
God.
You're gonna be on me forever.
Dude, these two guys came in one time and they wanted to get each other's name tattoos, like because they're friends.
Oh, don't do
And so the one guy got his friend's name, and then it was the other guy's turn, and he was like, "Nah."
So he already got his name. Fuck.
I've got a worse one. People came in and like the guy was getting the girl's name tattooed real big across his forearm, and where the girl got his name, she wanted it tattooed inside her vagina.
Inside.
Yeah, that's when I threw my hands up. I was like, I'm going home.
That's the tap out. That's
Yeah.
the tap out.
Someone else ended up doing it, but it was not me.
Inside the vagina.
Yeah.
So you can do that.
You
You're not
can.
supposed to,
Like-
but
Did you hear about the lady who got it on her eyeball? And
Yeah.
they busted her eye. It's like, what you? Is there a point where you're like, no, I can't do that?
I wouldn't.
Did you
Yeah,
say
I
no?
could.
Yeah,
I
I
could
would
like
agree.
not
eyeballs,
tap
buttholes.
Like the first needling destroys the eye, right?
not necessarily, but that ink will eventually settle and it will cause blindness.
Yeah.
So like when you
Not a
wake
good
up in the
idea.
morning,
Don't-
you have to like look at lights for like a good half hour before like it'll clear up.
So it's done before. So it's done. It's been done correctly.
Yeah, you can
even if
have
it's
it
done
done.
correctly,
Right.
like you're gonna go
fucked up.
blind.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the ink's gonna keep seeping into your cornea
So
and
why
like
do they do
clouding it.
Yeah.
Cause it's cool.
Yeah.
Like it's good. I don't know.
Just
Like
get some like colored
You
contact
just like
lenses.
raise
or
the
something,
bar.
man.
Yeah, it's
Color
like-
contacts.
yeah,
Like,
pretty
ah.
much.
Yeah, I saw this one artist. She had her like the white part of her eye tattooed baby blue, and it looks really cool. But like, if you go blind, why would you do that if you're a tattoo artist?
Like, it's like,
She was the artist.
yeah, she was
Yeah.
an artist.
She did it herself.
I don't
oh,
know.
How good was that?
Hopefully, hopefully not. That's a
Oh,
little
that's
intense.
Dude, do you guys have any tattoos you regret?
I got a Rodney Dangerfield on the back of my leg.
Man, you should just be a comic. You should-
I mean, I guess I already
That's your
get no
calling.
respect, so that's
God damn, you guys.
I guess a shitty one on my finger. It's like Frankenstein, but I mostly just hate it because I hate the dude that gave it to me. And now it's like on me forever.
Wow.
So now I have
That's
to like,
that's just getting his name and then getting the tattoo by the guy.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's you did it. You
Yeah.
did it. What you got?
Mine, he already covered up, so I don't really have it
What was
anymore.
What was that?
It was just like a stupid sun and moon that I got done in someone's attic, like deep in Cicero, which is like one of the
What is that?
bad neighborhoods of Chicago.
Oh,
like
shit.
it was just like, yeah, my boyfriend could do it.
Is that
And
what
then
you-
like next thing I know, an attic in Cicero, and it's just happening. And then I'm like, oh, cool. Thankfully, it was on my back, so I couldn't actually see it, but it was pretty bad. It scarred up, and he had to break
No,
through it.
we're from west side of Chicago, not the bad part.
Yeah,
That's
not the
south
bad
side.
part. Yeah,
Wow,
Yeah,
we're from the
south
good side.
yeah.
No, the north side's the good
Is
side.
it?
North side's the
is
good side.
like-
West side's
You're in the
West
middle.
side's
It's
it's
it's not the south side. Right?
It's kind of like this,
South
where
side
like
is the shit side.
yeah, south
Yeah.
side you don't.
Fuck.
Whatever.
You really?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking south
Too
side.
deep, it's got.
Is
You're
that where
gone.
Shameless is at?
Yeah, that's where
South side?
Shameless takes
No.
place.
But Shameless is a
technically,
fake ass show.
but it's fake. Yeah, there's.
Shameless is supposed to take place in the south
I hate
side.
that- I hate
but
that
it's
I
actually
like it
filmed
so
on the west
much.
side.
But then
I love it,
the
but
other
yeah.
show, Shy, came out. I guess is that Shy is a.
I mean,
I haven't
I've
watched
heard
that
of
Of
one
course
yet.
not. Nobody has. Nobody has. That's why, because it's supposed to be the real depiction of Southside Chicago.
oh.
But-
Yeah, I've seen posters for it.
Shameless already has 9 seasons, so it's like, I don't want to invest in that. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I mean, so the weirdest thing about that show is like on the real south side of Chicago, there's not like a whole block of just like white families living on there.
just hanging out.
Like
No,
it's
it
a lot
doesn't
more
happen.
diverse than that down
Oh
there.
shit.
I mean, it's mostly like that's where like the Chinatown is, and like
Okay.
I don't know. At night, that's where you're gonna get shot or stabbed.
Yeah,
Really?
we've actually heard. There's been like multiple Uber drivers that have told us like if it gets like late at night and they have to drop off or pick up in the area, they'll just like deny it. Like
Right.
they won't go
They
down
won't
there
even
like
go.
past a certain time of night.
There's still places they won't go.
Yeah, they're like South Side, like definitely like West Side has its pockets as everywhere does. You know when you're on a bad block, you just power through till you get to the next one.
Just
Like, just
put
don't
your head
go.
down. Just don't speak. No eye contact. No eye contact. So South Side is the Bronx of Chicago.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's fair.
Well, the other thing that show got wrong, Shameless, is that that bar they're always hanging out at, the Alibi Room. They act like that's in the South Side. That's up in the fancy.
That's
part
a
of
real
the
bar.
It's a
Yeah.
real bar, but it's not on
like,
the South
it's
Side.
like 10 miles
Wow,
away
of
from where they
course.
say it
Of
is.
course, TV. I love that show. Fuck.
I know it's hard. Like
I mean,
Fuck.
it's TV, so you can still like it.
No,
Yeah.
shit.
The most realistic thing is they're always eating Aldi brand food.
yeah,
Like, that's
which
really
is
the-
true.
Aldi?
Aldi is like a chain. I think they're from.
It's the place that doesn't have bags, right?
Yeah, you,
Oh yeah,
it's,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's like
We had
knockoff
those in
bread.
Delaware.
Yeah.
We had that in Delaware. I was like, there's no bags. You
just
gotta, everybody's
gotta-
with boxes.
yeah, you gotta
and
take the box.
I was like, why are we buying so much shit if we can't put it in bags? And then
Because
it's
it's
like,
$100 to fill a cart.
fuck.
No, we were.
I hated shopping there. I do remember all of these.
Yeah, Chicago actually has like a bag tax, and we were actually really surprised when we started buying things in New York because we're like, oh, New York probably has a bag tax too, and then New York is just like, no, here's like 5 bags for like
Yeah, we don't
one
give a
water
shit.
bottle,
We're
and
still
I'm like,
double
all right,
bagging.
Oh man.
yeah,
Double bagging. We're making bags out of bags.
pretty much, yeah, like.
I
not
could have
anymore
got a bag
Chicago.
at Target then, because I was in the bag
Oh
tax
yeah, get your
mindset.
bag.
Ah.
You take your bag. You take that rack of bags and then take it and sell those bags.
Oh my god,
Fuck, that's genius. You just go store to store. They don't give a shit.
you bet.
In Chicago, everyone's like the old lady carrying around plastic bags in their pocket.
That's
I'm paying
ridiculous.
7 cents.
You
I got
come
my
in
own.
New York, you get all these bags. You
Yeah.
take these bags on the street just blowing in the wind. Fuck, that's crazy. What else is going on? What movies are we watching?
Oh man.
Well, we're
Porn?
actually
I don't know.
we're having a
I'm,
She's
we're
like,
having
oh,
a
man.
debacle right now with
Oh.
movies. Cory's boyfriend has seen now 2 movies
'Cause
without her.
Yeah, I wanted to see Us, and I wanted to see
Yes.
Pet Cemetery.
Okay.
And I'm like gone all the time, so I'm like, oh, well, I'll go see it when I come back. And like the last 2 weekends, he's been like, just saw Us, just saw Pet Cemetery. I'm like, dude, you
That's
got.
a relationship no. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't know when that became like a not a thing. We're together,
Yeah.
and now I can't watch shit without you. Like
No.
no.
Yeah, you
Fuck.
put your life on
I mean-
hold, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, like, watch all the Netflix shows you want, but if you're like going to see a horror movie, like you gotta take me
You
with.
got okay. I just saw Shazam. It was they tore the first page off of Power Rangers and then just put Shazam on it. That's all it was.
Oh my god.
And so you got. I'll try not to spoil it for you. On Tuesday, I go to see the movie, and then I'm spoiling it tomorrow. But yeah,
So I forgot that was a superhero movie. For a second,
Yeah,
I
it
thought you were
was.
talking
About
about that.
Kazam.
Oh, I thought the
Shaq.
same thing. I was like, wait
I think
a
everybody
second.
did.
I mean,
Is this a sequel to Kazam?
Yeah.
Because you didn't even know there was a Shazam.
well, you name
No.
a better movie about a rapping wizard. Or genie, I guess.
He's a genie.
A genie. Yeah, a genie who gave his power to a kid who became a superhero, almost as powerful as Superman. And then it's I don't want to spoil it, but there's a scene in the end where other stuff happened and it just became Power Rangers. You can imagine.
Yeah.
Like Secret of the Ooze Power Rangers?
too deep. I'm not that. I'm older than that. I don't know what the fuck.
That's
You,
a-
you
well,
just
that's
spoke
a
a
good
different
movie.
language. He was like, I was like, what the fuck is that? Hey, you might as well said Pokemon. I don't know what the fuck.
Come on, this was
Don't
like
do
the
it.
1995 Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
No, I was in college.
That movie's also basically just that 80s movie, The Stuff.
Mhm.
The one that just came out?
No.
The recent Power Rangers?
No,
Or
the 90s one.
How old are we first before I start?
I'm 28.
26.
26.
All 20s. Good job. Well, fuck this podcast. 95 Power Rangers. I was in college, fucking girls and parties. I wasn't watching Power Rangers. Fuck.
You've made a horrible mistake.
I tried to watch the most recent one, and then I was like,
I didn't like
They-
that one
they
either.
tried.
I keep
it was
putting
like
it on
Michael
and just
Bay.
turning
It
it
was
on.
Michael Bay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just things Michael Bay does nowadays. I'm just like, at first I was like, yeah, and then
Yeah.
now I'm like,
It's
still
over the
like
top.
the
Yeah.
It's
same,
over the top.
like
He was like, we need to blow everything up.
everything.
Yeah,
Dude, but
All the time.
But Armageddon
More.
is still
Like-
one of my favorite movies. Like, that's
Is it?
Armageddon.
Aerosmith
Okay.
closes that song. Like
Aerosmith,
Aerosmith,
yeah,
like,
that song's great. That's a great song.
Like- Aerosmith.
Fuck.
I mean,
More-
I guess Armageddon is the best movie about oil drillers drilling in space, so I
But
got that down.
wasn't Contact like Armageddon? Same thing?
I think I saw
Isn't
Contact.
Contact like well, Armageddon was like Independence Day kind of, except there were no aliens. So maybe Independence Day is like Contact.
was Morgan Freeman was president.
Oh, that's I've seen the
Oh.
Chappelle Show episode when he's making fun of that.
Yeah, black president. Something just happened. I keep throwing this pen. Every time
It's
I have
for
a
dramatic
thought-
effect,
Yeah,
like-
every time I have a thought, they're gonna hear nothing but slapping. Something just happened. Fuck. I'm drawing a blank. Fucking Morgan Freeman. He's doing another God movie.
Again?
Isn't it a documentary about just different people's beliefs?
gods.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I think it's on Prime.
I think somebody
or
has
some
a
shit.
joke about that. About if from now it's in everybody's contract. You have to use Morgan Freeman as God.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so
like,
he was the best guy.
Why
I
not?
hate
Like-
society is so racist, but black people's voices are still the authority
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah. No, because
Right?
because
Of
even
God,
in,
of
yeah,
beef, of
Well, that's why they're bringing
of
back
lion,
Lion.
of lion.
they're bringing back James Earl Jones for.
I was just gonna
fucking,
say, for
Lion
Mufasa,
King. They brought him
yes.
back. Like, there's
They
nobody
have
else who can
to,
do that
yeah.
voice.
And like, if they didn't,
I got
so
Darth
many
Vader.
people
Yeah,
would
Darth
have
Vader.
been
Darth
Darth
Vader.
Vader.
Slip it in. He's like, I got one. I got one.
That's still James Earl Jones. isn't it?
That broke my heart. I was like, he's a white guy. What the?
Yeah, not okay. Like, it was-
Why, your black voiced him. I don't know what it's called. With a blackface and voice.
yeah.
Is that a thing?
So,
White guy with a black voice.
Oh my God.
Figure it out.
I guess
I like what your body, how your body rejects it.
Like-
You can't get it out. He was like, what lane do I take not to be racist? Like, that's how you shut a white guy down. Just give.
Oh no!
I got
like-
nothing. I'm good.
What do I say?
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, get a lifeline. Get a lifeline.
I'm gonna let Cory handle this.
Phone a friend.
She let you struggle. She was like, "Are you okay? You having a stroke right now?"
You're just like,
I'm just trying to drink my
"Oh
pig drink.
yeah, pink drink out of the butt."
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what's happening. Right? Is this all margaritas? What are we doing?
no, I got
This is
the
Pinky's Passion.
Cocoa
Yeah.
Bango.
This is clearly the squealer.
Yeah, I got to make sure all my guests drink from now on. I usually don't get drinks, but that's fun.
They're super delicious.
And you get to keep the cup.
Yep. She's
Yep.
starting to slur. Good job.
Delicious.
Delicious. Are we doing edibles? What do you? How do you feel about that? Weed is
I mean,
weed
great.
legal in Chicago?
Not yet.
No,
it's
medical.
decriminalized.
Medical.
So, like, you get caught, you get $100 ticket, and that's as much as it happens.
Yeah.
Have you ever been caught? I feel like you
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
maybe
By,
maybe a
like,
guy you were with. But,
I've been
Exactly.
caught by like for smoking weed.
yeah.
Like from teachers and like.
I'm afraid to ask what else.
No, I've just been caught by like my parents and like teachers, but never like law people. Like nothing.
Cops.
Yeah, law people.
What do you call them? I don't. I've never been in contact with them. The tall guys in the blue suits.
High school graduates.
Yeah. I love people. I get stopped by cops all the time. I can't. I posted something the other day saying, "How do you stop black guys from getting shot by cops?" But I forgot that I have too many serious friends on Facebook that give me their serious response. So it got out of. It was like, yeah, what we should do. I was like, that's not the answer.
No.
Let's keep it fun. I know it's a serious question, but one friend was like, you got to pretend like you're gay when you get stopped by cops.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
You've never heard of a gay guy get shot by cops.
No.
My idea was, you know what Glowy Zoe is?
No.
Yeah.
The Glowy Zoe is it's like a onesie. When you turn on at night, it's a stick figure.
Oh,
So
one of
it's
those
like no
things.
cop's gonna shoot. You see that coming down
Oh,
the street.
yeah.
A bunch of black guys in Glowy Zoe.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, this is brilliant.
We need those.
He's just walking down the street and was like, is that a stick figure at 11 o'clock at night?
I'm so confused.
Yeah, it was like, I can't shoot this guy. I'm trying to dodge. It's the podcast before the mic, and every day somebody does that.
Okay.
And it was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
You get yelled at, so you got to introduce yourself to the camera. Say apologize. Say you fucked up, and say your name. Just put your face in the camera.
It's Nastros. Is that really how we sign up?
That's how. What?
Is that really how you sign up for this week?
No.
Okay.
You just sit down and let me yell at you,
Okay.
and then we start at 3 o'clock. Hi. I'm just kidding. I know it's weird. All right. How you like New York?
It's pretty cool. It's like Chicago with more trash.
Yeah. You just walked into this bar. You didn't have you just wandering.
We were
This
just
is the
wandering
first
around
day
Lower
we've been
Manhattan.
walking around. We spent the entire weekend in Jamaica, so like,
Jamaica Queens.
Yeah.
I mean that was.
Did you
all
know
right.
to go there, or you just?
That's just where it was.
That's where the
That's
tattoo
where the
convention was.
convention
Oh
was.
shit!
Yeah.
I was like, nobody just goes there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We could tell.
Yeah.
See the Times Square. It's this area,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then you find the people you're looking for, and then get into the real shit.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
what we like to do. We just like to walk around and like find fun stuff. We don't like going to see like attract like I don't know what they call tourist shit. Like
Yeah,
we don't really
like,
care about that
whatever.
Don't do
stuff.
tour shit.
It's so
No.
boring.
Do
Like
real shit. Find the guy who's just sitting on a park bench. Be like, hey, what are you doing? And then just that's.
well,
real
I'm
shit.
not gonna do that. Jeff can do that
I
for
mean,
us.
No, our tourist shit is day drinking. I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, and I'm proud of you. You do it well. You're drinking out of a pig's ass at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hey,
You
I
made
mean,
all the
they
right
gotta fill it in the
decisions.
crotch.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
I know.
It's got a hole in his. Oh man, at least the cat is safe. He's like, yo,
It's cute.
drink out of my paw. You know what's? Oh fuck! I didn't know they had that. I've been in this bar almost.
That was why we came into the bar.
for the pig ass.
Yeah.
drink?
Yeah,
For the pig-
clearly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the drink where you just stick in a pig's ass.
Yes.
It should be
It's
brown.
perfect.
It should be a brown drink. At this,
Too
there's no
real.
brown drinks too real. What else you gonna drink out of a pig's ass? Pink juice?
That'd be fucked up if they put like a piece of bacon and stuck it through the straw.
Oh my god. Too
Bacon,
much.
bacon. Yeah, I drink that. You
I
put
don't
bacon
know
on
that I want a
everything.
greasy drink though.
There's no bacon drinks, bacon flavored.
There's gotta
Not
be.
like
There's
there's
sure
probably,
there
but
is.
not in tiki form.
Somebody
Hopefully,
should make it.
tiki is.
Bacon,
I don't know.
bacon flavored alcohol.
No. I only
I
think
don't know,
think
it
it's
sounded
fruit
bad.
based. It's all fruit based.
You would if
For tiki?
somebody made it right. Like, yeah, I got this bacon flavored vodka,
I
You
can
know
which
see it.
should come out. It should be a thing.
I'm sure it is. I can
Copyrighting.
see it like a Bloody Mary. But like,
Maple bacon flavored vodka. Boom.
I actually,
the breakfast
I
of
feel like
alcoholics,
they have
I guess.
one. Like
He's writing that as a
Yep.
note.
Yep. Go. Keep talking. Go.
You're
Go.
gonna be rich in like 3 months.
exactly.
Just weird flavored vodka. Pork flavored vodka. What
Oh
else?
my
I don't
God.
know.
Oh, like rib flavored vodka.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Yeah. The McDonald's should
Pork
have that.
chop.
Oh my god,
flavored
McRib
rum.
flavored
vodka.
This is
The
gonna be dark.
McRib shot. The
Oh,
McRib shot. Barbecue.
Just shake it up.
You
Just
take the
shake-
shot,
Somebody
then you
can't
squirt
drink.
barbecue sauce.
Some other people don't have tea. You want a McRib? Put a little alcohol in it.
No,
A
I
little
think
whiskey.
we were in like New Orleans like a couple months ago, and I think like the weirdest thing that they had is like you could get, if you didn't want to like have oysters, or if you were afraid to have oysters, there was an option to get an oyster shooter, which is basically like the oyster like over with like vodka and then
Cocktail
like
sauce.
and cocktail
Oyster
sauce, and you
cocktail
shoot
sauce.
it, and
Don't
I'm
do that.
like,
No.
like, oh my
No
god,
thanks.
too much at once.
Oyster's like a cum shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
No.
It's a little, yeah.
No.
Well, really snotty.
I mean-
That's what everyone's described it as. Is like it's like you're eating snot, and I'm like,
How about
That's
no?
delicious.
How about yeah?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say
No, she's talking about the cum. It's
the
delicious.
cum. is-
Yeah.
She's like, just give me a cat jar of cum. Oh, that's the name of this episode. How about that? Cat jar of cum. Man, shit. Wait, what questions do you have about New York? This your
best
first
place-
time?
Yes, first time.
Okay.
Where do you think is the best place to get pizza? And don't say Grimaldi's.
I would never.
Okay, 'cause-
I dollar pizza. I feel like you can't go wrong with dollar pizza.
Yeah, even
I'm
if
a
it
comic.
sucks,
That's
it's a
all
dollar.
we eat. It's the best for the cheapest price.
Yeah.
It's not the best. You shouldn't. We were talking about the other. You shouldn't pay more than $3.50 for the pizza. Shouldn't be more than the train ticket. So
True.
if you're paying
Yeah,
more
on
than that,
yeah.
ugh. But
Yeah.
there's places in the Bronx. I feel like the real pizza is still in the Bronx.
Yeah?
There's like big slices. And,
I was like, but that's where we were told to stay
Yeah,
out.
we were told
Yeah.
not to go there.
take a friend. Take an escort. When you get to 96th Street, just yell out, "Hey, can somebody escort us through the Bronx?" And a homeless guy would be like, "I got you."
Oh, okay.
Homeless people should be the best tourist guides.
Honestly, yeah.
Those fucking guys. Like, there's guys that'll give you spot on directions. Just. I mean, it's gonna smell funny, but am I right? They should be cops. They should just homeless. You ever see a homeless person try to intervene in something? They're like, "I got this." Tell everybody what to do. You call the cops, and it perfect.
Huh.
Perfect. Might be missing an eye and a shoe, but
Knows what
spot
he's
on.
doing.
Holy shit! What else you got?
I don't
Question?
Yeah.
I didn't really have any questions about New York. I mean, mostly what we were looking to do is drink and eat.
Yeah.
And it seems
That's
like
it. I feel like that's what you do everywhere. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
just different city. Where are we drinking? Where are we eating?
Yeah.
I mean, your options are really that shopping or like seeing
spend
tourist attractions.
Yeah,
so
so,
like
yeah.
the first two are much more appealing to us.
Drinking and
Yeah, drinking and eating.
Yeah.
What? Where's the best place you drink in Aiton?
I mean, I
Is that
guess
a word?
here for
We,
drinks
yeah,
so
I was
far.
like,
Yeah,
is
This the first
it's
bar
still
yet?
early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were here, and then we ate before this at Casers.
Casers?
Casers.
Bagels?
Cousins?
we ate bagels. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had
bagel.
bagels. We got
The bagels.
What is
we
it
got
called?
the bagel
Cousins?
with lox.
Casers? I think it's Casers.
Is that on LES?
It's KOSSER or
Yeah.
KA.
It's next to two
KAIC?
pickle
No,
places.
just Kaser. KASSER or it's KOSS.
Well, good luck with
I
that.
don't
I don't
remember.
know.
Finding it.
Who
You just ate
cares?
there.
It was good.
Was it good?
Yeah, it
was
was
really
really
good.
Bagels?
Oh, it had like carrots.
Yeah.
It had like cured salmon on it. It was
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, one of the wax ones.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
With the
it was-
fish?
You
Yeah, like
Jewish?
with the cream.
Who's
No.
Jew? Who's Jew? There's always one Jew
Oh,
on
it's
the
fair.
show.
It's fair.
You're Jew?
No, I'm not
What's
Jew.
your background?
I'm Mexican.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Hey, get this one, motherfucker. Yeah. Fuck that. Shit. Where you guys from? What's your background?
Background?
Yeah.
Irish, German.
Irish.
Strange enough, Native American and German. My grandma is a 100% Indian. Yeah, wouldn't know by looking
Indian
at me.
and
though.
German?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know this
That
until
big.
like
Yeah.
3 days ago. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Are you confused?
I was confused. I was like, I thought you were just a white guy.
He's just a fucking white guy.
It's all
I got a little
just
flavor.
the white
Not much, but
I don't want to. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast. But how do you feel about this wall situation? I'm trying to segue into something.
Well, I think the best way
You
to
love
just...
it? What? do you-
What? Whoa,
Oh, I love it.
No.
Feel that fucking
No,
wall,
I-
bitch.
I think, I
I
think the best way to put it is, the Mexican people already started stealing the fucking barbed wire off the top to use it
Did
at
they
their
really?
own houses. Yeah, like
Really?
they started building it, like the big wheels
That's
of
all
wire.
that's gonna happen.
And then they just come in and they steal it, and then they use it to like protect their own houses. And I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like,
Take all that metal.
Yeah.
How about build better houses? And fuck.
I mean, it's stupid. They're
brilliant.
not.
That's brilliant.
If they ever finish it, it's
The
not
same
going to
people
be
who
up
are
for a
building
long
it are
time.
going to be taking the
Like,
pieces.
Don't they already have tunnels anyways? So like, what's the wall gonna do?
yeah, that shit's not going to happen. If it does happen, it's not going to do anything.
I mean, this country is built on diversity and like acceptance, and that's just kind of like going backwards.
I'm curious what the end game is. All right, once you get rid of all the Mexicans, all right, you shoot all the black people,
Fine.
you rape all the women, you get rid of all the gays, and who's left? Like what's you gonna divide the country? Just split the country in 7 parts.
Whoa! I'm poor white. I'm not good white. I mean, it's
so you'll be doing all the work.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's
white
gonna be
people
doing all the
owning
work,
other white people.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? Future.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't know.
Robots.
It's more of like a classist system. I mean,
I keep setting you
white
up.
people
I
got
keep setting you up with these uncomfortable. I don't mean to do
no.
that. He's like, I what can I say? You're just gonna walk off. This is probably my favorite podcast. I don't think I've shut down a white guy more.
Keep coming. I got it.
He had like 2 spasms so far. Hey, Dan King?
Yeah.
What the fuck is up?
Not much, man.
I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, right?
Dan motherfucking King. Yeah, white guys.
White guys.
Yeah.
No, I just don't get it. I don't know. It's beyond my brain.
I mean, I don't get it. I'm a white guy.
We gotta wrap this up in a minute. You guys are comedians, so I usually ask what's your social media stuff. Are you on social media?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram.
You're a designer, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I am a designer. I do not.
So, all right, I do this thing where I say, hey, comedians, do you have a website? Do you think comics should have a website?
Comics?
How do you feel about that?
I feel like an Instagram. That's
I feel
usually how
like-
I get all my info on like.
Dan, you got a website?
No, I have an Instagram.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
like, I
man.
feel like Instagram, unless you're like selling things or unless you want someone to get in contact with you like via a contact form,
Yeah.
that's kind of the only reason why you need a website. Like people are used, like these 2 guys are used to getting hit up via Instagram to like do tattoo appointments and like they're totally fine with it. Like I guess if you were like, I guess it depends when you get to a certain point of popularity and you kind of want to weed out the DMs. That's when you start driving people to a website to like make it a little more professional. But like when you're still starting out, it's not. I don't think it's really something you need. If it's because
No,
it's
how do
basically
you
just
get
want
the
people to
traffic to your
contact
website?
you.
Yeah, I get
And
most of my
Instagram already
shit
has
through
the users, so
Instagram.
use their platform.
I feel like you need everything because the website is like your business, it's your store. Like your name is the sign, and then your website is the store where they can find everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Kind of like you can do the same thing on Instagram. It just depends on like what kind of stuff you're
Instagram-
posting.
Instagram.
And I feel like as a comedian, like I feel like that would probably like better suit your story just because there's so many people that use Instagram. There's so many people that like go back on Instagram and like look at like, oh, this person's been like there and like they look like they have like fun all the time. They post frequently and
It's
like
not real.
yeah, like that's like I know people that like I know other like designers like when they're going to look for a new job, the first thing they do is like look at how that company posts shit on Instagram to see
Really?
how like legit they are. Yeah, like Instagram is actually way more like of a thing than ever. Yeah, websites are kind of like I said, like if you just want someone to contact you more professionally, I guess, so you can like kind of weed out emails and stuff like
that's
that.
when you're like super.
But yeah, that's because that's
super
like when
popular.
like people are hitting you like every week and being like, "Yo, I want to book you for this show, book you for this." Like that's only to kind of like help with that kind of.
I feel like there's so many digital and social media platforms that you could post on, but like it just takes up so much fucking time, and like it's time better spent like on your craft rather than like updating
Some
all this
people, there's both
Twitter.
sides. I feel like you got to be well-rounded. You got to be strong in social media. And
Yeah.
you have to be strong on stage. If you're performing, you got to be strong in
Oh
both.
yeah.
Because one, they accent each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because then when people see you, they're gonna want to find you, and you need to be everywhere. You know?
Yeah, Kurt's
Yeah.
more of a sense
I
of
want to stick my
legitimacy.
finger through that hole so bad.
Please don't do that.
Have
That's
you
a
had it
big
done?
no-no.
Really?
That is a
I
big
didn't. I see guys on
no-no.
the trail. I just want to.
That's a big no-no.
I feel like my finger goes to another dimension. It's like
It doesn't.
No,
It does not.
Really?
No, I'm actually lying. It's a black hole.
Yeah, I know it is. I feel like it is.
No, it's a big no-no. It's kind
Did
of
you
like
start like his? Start small?
eventually. Yeah, they used to be super tiny, but no. Here, I'll show it for the camera. Big holes. But
But then you take
No,
it out. It's
don't
like
touch
a baggy
them.
ear. It's like a.
yeah,
it's
like you're like.
Oh shit!
It's not that bad.
God.
I know it's weird, but my dad thinks I'm like a
hilarious.
Buddhist now
Yeah.
because my ears are like this. I'm like, Dad, that's not what that means. But
What does it mean?
It's
Is
no,
this-
it's
is this
just
for show?
just did it
Just
because
stop.
It
I
makes
just
you
love
stretch
coconut
the ears
Yeah,
out
want
to
to?
go back.
Just
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she
shit.
blew-
But mine
she
grew.
blew one.
No, mine grew back because I
Oh,
got
yeah, it closed
mine.
up.
It closed up, and everyone says it never closed. Mine completely shut. Like I can put a regular earring in there, and that's it.
Wow.
But mine are like I can put my pinky in this one.
Oh
So
shit!
it's like the whole thing about them not closing up, that's not true for me because this shit is fucking sealed.
I would snag that shit on everything. I'm so clumsy. I'd just be snagging people on the
no.
train.
That's why I wear like the soft
Yeah, the
ones. The
silk-
heavy
yeah.
ones, like they touch the side of my neck, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like but yeah, no, the soft ones are good.
Yeah, like the
But yeah.
soft
Wow.
I know it's weird.
ones.
It's a lot of pain to do this. I don't recommend it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Do it when you're in high school.
Yeah,
You
do it when
need
you're in
that-
high school
You
and
need
you
that
think
pain.
you're really cool.
When you're
Like,
old
you need to feel some real
25-year-olds, you know, when you're past your prime.
That's why I haven't researched this one yet.
I know, 'cause you're
I'm
like,
fuck,
oh.
I don't have the angst.
I know, it's like, I don't need to defy my parents now. I'm just defying myself.
How good is that? Fuck you, self. I'm doing
Yeah.
what I want to my body.
Get ready, body. Like, you're gonna feel some
Fuck
fucking
you
pain.
up, body. Body's my temple, my ass. My body is a construction site.
Boom.
Tear this bitch down. Tear this bitch down. Where can they find you online? Which
You can find me at Megnicjack, MEGNICJACK.
Yeah, make sure you write this down before you leave.
Sure.
Yep.
You can find me at Shadow of Jeff on Instagram.
What's your name?
Like as you walk through the
Shadow
valley
of
of the
Jeff?
Shadow
Yeah.
of Jeff.
Wow, you
I mean,
thought
yeah.
it. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice,
Go.
Shadow
Go
of
with the
Jeff.
fun.
For
You
your
got a
ticket
sticker?
Flavor Town.
I'm putting this right on my chest. Is this a tattoo? Is
Oh,
it
it's a sticker.
fake tattoo? I'm
No.
still going to use it. It's going to be right in the back of the clipboard, right from now on. Website? We did that.
Casuallytragic.com.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
got a
forgot we
Yeah.
website?
Yeah, we
What is
have a
that for?
website. We
It's our company together. We make pins and like other designs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just where people can find us and the other artists that we work with when we're on tour.
Nice.
And then I'm on Instagram at stabcasket.
Step.
Yeah.
As long as you,
She
when you
just-
say
she
it, right?
just-
You- it's better. What does it mean? What? Oh shit!
I mean,
How did where the fuck did that come
I
from?
don't know. I just was like, oh, that's a cool name. So.
But then the more you say it, you're
Yeah,
like,
the more you say,
the more you
better.
say, you're more like,
That's
ah,
good.
you're like,
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
use
change
that
this
forever.
next one.
Also, do you mind if
What do you
I
get?
plug my podcast?
Damn right. Damn right.
I just started a podcast like 3
Yeah, you
months
did.
ago. It's with me and my friend Dakota Bica. We talk about horror movies.
Okay.
It's called Double Screecher.
Okay.
Shitty
Yeah.
horror.
How'd you? Oh, you didn't see us yet.
No, not yet.
You should have been in the theater opening night.
I was. not-
We spoiled it
I
already.
was not in town, man.
Top 10 horror movies, I think, until the end.
Yeah, don't say anything because I still need to
What's your
see it.
favorite horror movie, real quick?
I don't know. It's probably like The Thing.
The Thing.
Yeah.
See No Evil.
Really?
My favorite.
Ever? The
I don't
thing?
know. It's a lot of movies, but that's
Dude,
top 10.
no.
Okay.
Top 10. The
He
Thing.
didn't ask
top
you.
10.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
Top 10.
Yeah, he
But
didn't ask you.
I'm a fitness guy, and the first time I saw the bad guy chased a bunch of fat people, I was all in. I was like, that was the
That's all you
scariest.
need.
He was just chasing people down and smashing them up against the wall. I was like, perfect. Nobody. That was the first time the villain ran because they're always slow, right?
Yeah.
He full out sprinted. I was like, this is great.
Oh.
Love that shit. They were. You had to be fast, and the black guy got away. Yeah, hell yeah, on board. One of the first movies where the black guy lived to the end.
true.
I guess I can't even remember that movie.
Yeah.
All I
was
know is
all
that
on
Kane
board.
was in it.
Scary as fuck.
Yeah, see, no, yeah.
Yeah, see no evil. It's underrated.
It definitely is underrated. Another underrated horror movie that I think is my favorite right now is As Above, So Below.
I saw the title. I was like, I'm not watching that.
It's very good. It's
Yeah?
basically like
Cory?
it is actually. It's more of like a psychological thriller kind of one.
Yeah.
It's basically like one of those ones where like you're like trapped
Mhm.
and like a
going through the Paris catacombs and finding hell.
yeah. They find hell.
Yeah,
Like it's just
that
like
shit,
bleh.
I'm not on board.
It's
I'm
one
not
of those
on board.
ones where it's like when you pay attention,
Uh-huh.
like you get more invested. And you're like, what the fuck's in it? It's kind of like if you like the Blair Witch Project, you would like this movie.
Yeah, new movie. You like that, Chris?
As Above, So Below.
Write that down. We'll do our homework and maybe talk about that. I need you guys to come back when you come back in town. This is cool. This is unprepared.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm never coming
No,
back.
I'm trying to remember.
Never.
Next year, maybe.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
year. We'll see you in a year, see what your podcast is,
Yeah.
see what your business is, and then I'm glad you guys jumped on because I would have been up here
Well,
alone.
thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, thank
Definitely
you guys.
a treat.
Appreciate you. Give it up for them real quick. Get off your phone. Thank you. Appreciate
All right,
you.
thank
Another
you.
episode of The People's Mic. You can find it on iHeartRadio, Spotify, JimPeoples.com. YouTube kicked me off, so fuck YouTube.
Oh my
We're using-
God.
I don't know. They were like, your content can't go on here anymore, so you can't post anymore to YouTube. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Sometimes he said fuck Jews.
And then
Fuck Jews,
oh,
probably. I was just joking. I was friend. I love Jews. I dated Jewish women. What is it?
no.
But we're on Facebook now until they kick us out. What was his name? Zuckerberg's a Jew, right?
Yeah.
Well, fuck Jews,
kind of
just
a
in
dick,
case. But I'm just kidding. This is the podcast Before the Mic, every day at 2:15 at the world famous Out of Stronghead, followed by the best podcast on the block, The People's Mic. We're every day. Comics, if you're in town from out of town, you can do the podcast. Go up early and get the fuck out of here. Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah,
you one more
thank
time.
you. Woo!
Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Good. See you guys later. Peace.